So I was wrong. Fair enough. One Piece did not go the Naruto route. It did not go the Bleach route. It was not reincarnation. Lots of different things. That's fine. I can admit I was wrong. That's fine. The whole video, One Piece has changed forever. Technically, the title's not capped because One Piece has changed. It's all completely changed, but it's more about the story changing more than the actual structure of the series changing. And obviously, we're here for one reason, and that is Gear 5th, Nika. Human fruit, model Nika, aka Coke Boy, aka Joy Boy. Now, if you guys watch my live reaction, you know a few things. One, Luffy's powers, Luffy becoming Joy Boy, Luffy's devil fruit, the Gorosei, Kaido's shock. I mean, there is so much to unpack. Like, where do you begin with a chapter like this? I don't even know where to start. You know, so we can start with the Gorosei before we get into Luffy's powers. Let's start off with the Gorosei. Let's start off with the politics here. So the Gorosei have said that this fruit has eluded them for 800 years, has eluded the world government. They've been looking to get this Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit for 800 years. That could mean a plethora of things. That means, what does that mean for Shanks? Again, you know, I've been talking about Shanks for a while, and I mentioned in one of my videos where I believe Shanks knew exactly what that Gum Gum fruit was, and he stole it for a reason because he's a balancing force in the entire story. This strengthens that theory, but it also makes me think that Shanks being a rat. Oh my God, it's possible, and I'm not really okay with that. I want Shanks to be a rat. I really don't. I don't want him to be a rat, but it just makes me think, when you think about the Gorosei, and you think about them saying, oh, the real fruit's name is the human fruit, model Nika. It's a sun god. They know about the properties. They know about it being rubber. They know when it's awakened that his powers are ridiculous, and his powers are only limited by his imagination. So it's like, they know all this information. Luffy's been running around the Grand Line, the New World. He's been running around, causing chaos, using these rubber powers. He beat Rob Lucci with these same rubber powers. Did they not put 2 and 2 together and say, oh my God, wait, that's the Gum Gum fruit. He could awaken. How about we kill him? No, we just let him vibe. Now, I know they wanted him dead, but I feel like they could have done more. And one of the defenses that I made when I was in Stream with King of Lightning is that it's possible that they just believe Luffy wouldn't make it in the world because of the Yonko, because of Kaido, Big Mom. Eventually, he was going to die before he'd even awaken his fruit. So that's one reason we could draw to it. Then the pirate that Shanks was talking about. Now, my major theory is that it was Blackbeard, and I'm just gonna live and die by my theory. It is what it is. I still think it was Blackbeard, because if it's not Blackbeard, it destroys my entire theory. So for the agenda, I still believe it's Blackbeard. However, if it was Luffy and he told them about the fact that Luffy actually might awaken this fruit and you got to be worried about this, then Shanks is a rat. Then the whole thing about Shanks being a balancing act, all of this stuff is foolishness. So we got a strong answer here. We got probably our first major huge answer for endgame stuff with Luffy being Joy Boy and the devil fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and Sun God Nika, the story of Nika. We got that. But now we have more questions, because what are the repercussions of this awakening? Obviously, the end game is here. The Gorosei are gonna realize, oh my God, he's Joy Boy. Okay, he's gotta die now. They're gonna send admirals. They're gonna send whoever. They're gonna take him out. Basically, once the awakening wears off, they're gonna try and kill him quick. So Luffy is #1. He's the #1 target. So it's like, with the Gorosei and them admitting this, endgame is here. Throne Wars is here. Because we're not even talking about the pirate side of things now. We're talking about the world government specifically. Luffy and the world government. Luffy and Emu. The Emu plotline is gonna open up now. So I'm like, okay, the girls say no about the fruit. They didn't stop Luffy. Luffy's awakened. CP0's there, so they're gonna see it. Okay, what's that gonna mean for post Wano? The Dawn is here. Technically, the Dawn is here. Joy Boy's here. Sun God Nika's here. Technically, Sun, Dawn, yeah, it's here. Where do we go? God, I'm sure everyone is so excited about this chapter, because I'm just thinking about it and processing this in my head as we go along. And you're just like, what are the possibilities? They're endless. But let's shelve the world government conversation, because this will turn into a 45-minute video of so many different possibilities. So let's go on to the actual powers themselves. Luffy awakening and saying, oh my heartbeat, it feels kind of strange. I kind of like this beat kind of hitting. He the doom dada, like, okay. Luffy became, he's like he's in a jazz club. It's a jazz club in his heart. He's just living his life, and all of a sudden you see the fiery hair and you see the cocaine riddled eyes, and all of a sudden he's a goofy man. I don't think people realized it as we were reading the chapter, and it's something that I told my chat in the reaction that I realized at the very end. Luffy is freely switching between gear 2nd, gear 3rd, and gear 4th. Just literally switching whenever he wants. And I'm sure his gear 3rd enhanced, because I promise y'all, the way his hand enlarged to grab grab Kaido like a spaghetti noodle. We know how big Kaido is. I don't think we understood how crazy that was. Look at the anime and look at the size of Kaido. He grabbed him like a garden snake and threw him around. That is insane. The scale we're talking about here is ridiculous. Like, think about all the big enemies Luffy has fought up to this point. If his gear 3rd is that large, when he's in gear 5th awakened Sun God Nika form, who's beating that man? Who actually beats Luffy now? So that's another question, but I'll get to that afterwards because you know where the agenda's coming. So that was impressive. Then we have the rubber feet, where he turned the ground to rubber, lifted it up, and reflected the ball breath. And he's laughing and giggling, ha ha ha, this is fun, I'm having a great time. Sorry our fight got interrupted, Kaido. He's talking like a child. He's having a great time. And if you listen to what the Gorosei said, now all of a sudden, it's about Luffy's imagination. So if you notice the cartoon effects, Kaido's goofy face, oh, that face is funny. Kaido's goofy face after he got slammed around with the little stars running around his head. The Toon Force behavior from Yu-Gi-Oh that we're seeing, that is all Luffy's imagination. And what I think is kind of crazy is that is broken, because if you watched or read Bleach, this is 1,000-Year Blood War spoilers, by the way, so just mute for like 30 seconds. Grammy from Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War, his power was all imagination. That is a broken ability. If Luffy's power works the same way, he can basically imagine anything. Now, I don't know how far it goes. I don't know if it goes into other type of powers. Maybe it's just imagination with rubber. Maybe. Because again, he literally grabbed the ground and turned it into rubber. I don't know if you guys saw or if you noticed, but if you see him, he's pulling it like it's rubber. You see like the rubber elasticity aesthetic to it. So that's insane that that's happening. So Luffy is now freely switching gears. He is now manipulating the floor and his surroundings like Katakuri did with the mochi and Doflamingo did with the strings. He's manipulating that. And what else can his imagination do? Maybe it's the fact that his imagination affects Kaido, which makes him goofy, because you see his eyes. His eyes are flying out of his head. Luffy's eyes are flying out of his head. We're getting Tom and Jerry Looney Tunes behavior here. I can hear the theme music. I promise you, while I was reading that chapter, I just heard I hear Tom and Jerry. I hear Looney Tunes. I hear all the cartoon theme songs as Luffy's, fighting. Bam Bam from Flintstones. I mean, just where do you go from there? So Kaido's getting folded, and all of a sudden Kaido's like, oh, well, I mean, I thought you was dead, but I mean, we can start scrapping again. I'm ready. Kaido's excited. He's like, wait a minute. Yes, but I don't think he realizes that's Joy Boy. Kaido hasn't do y'all think that's funny? Kaido has not realized he's fighting Joy Boy yet, and he's going to. And then what's Kaido's reaction going to be? Is he going to be like, that's not fair? I thought I was Joy Boy. Why does he get to be Joy Boy? I don't know. I'm curious about that. I'm curious about if Kaido's fruit's going to awaken, because now we know Luffy's a Zoan. We now can explain why Luffy's been able to get up from all these hits and all these fights, and the endurance is because he's a Zoan. He's a mythical Zoan. Okay, the theories were correct. A lot of people predicted that. A lot of people predicted that Luffy's fruit was really a Zoan. It's a theory that started to come up, So shout out to you guys as well. So it makes me think, if awakened mythical Zoans are special, is Kaido's fruit awakened? And if it's not awakened, what will happen if he does awaken? I feel like it is. I feel like him being a dragon is his awakened form, but we're not going to speak there. The question of Kaido being awakened is up for debate. Then, are we going to have another clash? Are we going to have another couple chapters? Because we still need the backstory. So is Kaido going to be able to contend with Joy Boy? That would be insane. That would be insane. Guys, there's just so much to talk about. There's so much to unpack, and I cannot put it all in one video, because if I do, we'll be here for millennia. We will. So there'll be more videos to come talking about specific topics, but for the most part, can we just all take some time to revel in the fact that Joy Boy is here? And this is probably one of the most exciting chapters we've ever gotten in the series. Just the feeling of reading that chapter and seeing that, the feeling of it is like we got something that we never knew we needed until we saw it ourselves, and we got it. And now the end game, One Piece seems closer to ending, which is sad, but it also seems like we're finally cashing in. We're getting the big reveals. Theories are starting to be unveiled. They're no longer just theories about the end game. They're coming forward, and we're excited. And honestly, man, I ain't said it in a while, but GODA. Man. There is a lot to unpack, but I will save that for another video. But until next time, thank you guys. I'm gonna catch you later. Take care.